pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you, I had your life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me, but that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name, now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas, not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the face. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Just when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gon' be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head'll make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap, I thank the Lord for the day I was on Lake Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. From the DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Isupk until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty, make me this hit man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jail. Shit, I needed help. But Swan was locked up and the judge put man on the shelf. Heavy crying cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but Muhammad. Cause most these niggas lie, pump smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponents. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. Then God, I hope you accept my atonement. Cause all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions
I just wanna see my enemies fall. Yeah. Hey, look, I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them 20s where they crawl. I've been praying that my enemies fall. Nigga, I just wanna bow. And I hope you bow too. And that be why I gotta keep it true. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Just give me what I'm due. Let my enemies see the living proof, Lord. I just wanna bow. Trying to build my own city, homie. Enough room to put my niggas on it. Then start a couple business on it. Fuck any heathen never shitted on me. Yeah. Public housing we done lived through. Trying to put that in my real view. Gold rolls, what I still do. I can see the picture with a clear view. Gotta separate the snakes. And all you fuck niggas that's gon' hate. Daily pray to God I don't catch another case. But that's a small risk that I feel I gotta take. Only certain niggas, they gon' feel this. Still deliver verses on that real shit. If I get a couple million, I'ma bust this shit down with these children. I just wanna bow. Told my niggas stand tall, cause we about to go and get it out. Nigga, I just wanna bow. Look at them.
Test, 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 1, 2. All right, Shalom, Yahaba Shemel Shah Brakatah, all the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Thaba Shemel Shah, all the sisters. It's Isupk, Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, out here in Durham, North Carolina. You understand? We about to get this Sabbath service started. You know what I'm saying? Priest and Officer Mahayah holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Got Officer Gapari, Officer my second here with me. You understand what I'm saying? We gonna get straight into it, right? So normally, right, amongst our custom, you understand the second priest would normally blow the horn, but of course, you know, brothers are still trying to learn, you know what I'm saying, how to get this thing rock and roll. I know it took me about forever too. You know what I'm saying? So the brother will get there eventually. But for now, right, I'll give the horn, you understand, a blow. Yanazar, if you could present yourself, Baba Kashar.
Yanazar, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala.
Yanazar, Banya Hawada, Banya Sha'ala.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua B'Rakam.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua B'Rakam.
Banya Sha'ala.
Banya Sha'ala.
So a medium, which means to stand. Wapan Yakwadum, which means rise and face the east. One second.
The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakuka.
Malakuka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Barsaratza.
Barataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Lathundanau.
Lathaninawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakanawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawatanawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kasalakanawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawatanawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Waha'ala.
Wala'ala.
Tabi'anawa.
Tabi'ayinawa.
Banasayawan.
Banasaya 1.
Abar.
Abal.
Hawashanawa.
Awashayinawa.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Wala'ala.
Wahatapara.
Rapapara.
La Awalayim.
Wala'alamim.
Aman.
Aman.
In the English, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Give us our debt
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Hakat and the power. In Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh
Yahweh.
Babakashah.
Babakashah.
Lathundanau.
Lathaninawa.
Hakat.
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 La Parah.
La Parah.
Makar Makala.
Makala.
Wakar Ma'adawa.
Makal Mu'adawa.
Hakah.
Hakat.
Latahar.
Matahar.
Hamatazarayim.
Hatatavazrayim.
Hakah.
Hakat.
Lahakim.
Lahakim.
Hamatap. Hamatium.
Hamatium.
Hakah.
Hakat.
Arakawath.
Al-Kawa.
Hatama'ala.
Hamata'ala.
Lagurashun.
Rakashan.
Bahashim.
Ba'ashem.
Yabashah.
Yahushai.
Dawada Aman.
The water Aman.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahushai.
please
Please.
give us the power,
Give us
the power to heal
power to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease.
the power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to cleanse the leper.
the power to raise the dead,
Power to raise the dead.
the power against unclean spirits,
Power against unclean spirits.
to cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahushai.
thank you,
Thank you.
so be it.
So be it.
Blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahushai.
Wa Miyaka'ala.
Wa Miyaka'ala.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matasabiyah.
Matazaliyah.
Alawap.
Alawah.
Yahana.
Yahana.
Ha Alawapium.
Ha Halawapium.
Hasaroyim.
Hasaroyim.
Ha Kortazayoyim.
Hakotazayoyim.
Ha Koryoyim.
Hakoyoyoyim.
Wa Ha Awaktium.
Wa Akawathium.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahushai.
Dawada
The
Aman.
water Aman.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai.
and Michael,
And Michael.
and the angels,
The angels.
Commander General Yohana,
Commander General Yahana.
the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters.
And the sister.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
In the name of Yahushai.
thank you,
Thank you.
so be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Alaharium.
Alahorium.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azaria.
Azoria.
Azaria.
Azoria.
Ma'aim.
Ma'aim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Asha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'arataza.
Barataza.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regarka.
Regorka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yarawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yarawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yashashan.
Yashashun.
Shamawar.
Shamawah.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazarka.
Tazolka.
Ayad.
Ayam.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawawam.
Yawam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yaka'a.
Yaka'a.
Warak.
Walak.
Balaya.
Belayala.
Bayayala.
Belayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makara.
Makal Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnas Pascha.
Aknapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazaaka.
Tazaka.
Waba Waaka.
Wababa'aka.
Mayata.
Mayata.
Wa'a Adlanyam. Wa'a Awalam.
Wa'ayadalum.
In English, I will lift up mine
I
eyes
will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills,
to the hill,
from whence cometh my help.
from which cometh my help.
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot
He will not suffer thy foot
to be moved.
to be moved.
He that keepeth
He
thee
that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
on thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy coming out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forward
from this time forward,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim.
Allahayim.
Al Dami. Al Dami. Al Damiyalaka.
Damiyalaka.
Al Thakarash.
Al-Fakarash.
Wa Al Thashakwat.
Wa'al-Shakwat.
Al
Al.
Kayahana.
Kaya Hana.
Awamyaka.
Awapyaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yaman.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Amyaka.
Al-Aimika.
Ya'a Yamam. Ya Arayamwa.
Ya'aramwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wa'ita.
Ya'atazawa.
Ya'itazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Kawa.
Wana Yakiram.
Wanakaki.
Wana Kakiram.
Wanakakidam.
Magoya.
Mongolia.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shim Yasha'ala.
Shem Yasha'ala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa'atazawa.
Now Aitazawa.
Laba.
Laban.
Yakakluwa.
Yakadwa.
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 Al Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
Barak.
Barak.
Baryath.
Baryath.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa'ashamai.
Wa'ashamai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Ma'aba.
Wahagorium.
Wahagorium.
Gaal.
Gabal.
Wamawan.
Wamawan.
Wa'am Malak.
Wa'amalak.
Palashat.
Palashat.
I'm your Shabaya. I'm your Shabya.
Anyashambia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Aishawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Amaim.
Aimain.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zariwa.
Zariah.
Labunya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Ashalaham.
Ashalaham.
Kamaya.
Kamaja.
Kasawa.
Kasawa.
Sarai.
Sarai.
Kayabyan.
Kayabian.
Banakaal.
Banakaol.
Kawash.
Kuwash.
Wan. Qunyashwan.
Koyashwan.
Nashamadwan.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ain Da'ira.
Ba'ain the Ira.
Ba'ain. Shit. Ba'ain. Bahayan. Bahayan Da'ara.
Bahayan Da'ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Deman.
La'adama. La'adama.
Adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Yabmawa.
Yadmawa.
Karab.
Karab.
Wakazaba.
Wakazaba.
Wakazabat.
Wakazaba.
Wakatazal.
Wakatazol.
Manai.
Manai.
Cow Nasaya Kamwa.
Nasaya Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Naya Shara.
Naira Shah.
Lanawa.
Lanwa.
Atha.
Atha.
Oh, Af.
Af.
Na'awath.
Na'awath.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagoya.
Kagoga.
Kakash.
Kakash.
Lapanya Raka. Lapanya Raka.
Raka.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Tabia Aria.
Tabia Iria.
Wa Kalaba.
Wakalaba.
Dalahat.
Dalahat.
Harayam.
Arayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tharadatma.
Daradatma.
Basairika.
Basairika.
Wabasa Wapathka.
Wapathka.
Taba Halam.
Tabahalam.
Malaa.
Malaa.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalawan.
Palawan.
Waya. Waya.
Waya.
Bakashwa.
Bakoshwa.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Bahawa. Waya.
Waya.
Waya Bahawa.
Waya Baholia.
Aja'id.
Ayai.
Wayad.
Waya.
Kaparwa.
Kaparwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Abadwa.
Abadwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Daiwa.
Dawa.
Kaya Ata.
Kayatha.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labaka.
Labadka.
Al Yawan.
Al-Yawan.
Alcohol Arataza.
Al-Rataza.
In English, keep not thy silence,
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still,
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
They that hate
have lifted up the head.
lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
Taking crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against
They have consulted against
thy hidden ones.
thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
come, and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation,
being a nation.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more remembrance.
be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
Confederate against
the tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
and Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre.
inhabitants of Tyre,
Assur also is joined with them.
joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah, do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
sister Sarah,
as to Jabin,
to Jabin,
at the brook of Kissam,
brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb
like Oreb,
and like Zeeb.
like Zeeb.
Yea, are their princes
All their princes,
as Abba
as Zabah,
and as Almunam,
and Alzamuna,
who said,
said,
let us take to ourselves
let's take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
O my power,
Oh, my power.
make them like a wheel,
Make them like a wheel,
as a stumble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as a fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as a flame
and as the flame
set the mountains on fire.
mountains on fire.
So persecute them
Persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame.
that they may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
troubled forever.
Yea, let them be put to shame
Be put to shame
and perish, that men may know
men may know
that thou, whose name alone
name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
of all the earth.
over all the earth.
Sir, it's me to turn. Yeshua, which means to be seated. Right, so we're going to pick up in the book of Exodus, chapter 35, in verse 15, I believe. Right? You understand? So if you want to read along, you understand what you do is you go to Blue Letter Bible, right, .com. Don't use the app because on the app you can't, I believe you can't use the tools, you know what I'm saying, to be able to change it over to you just gotta hit that on switch, right? To be able to change it over to that Assyrian Hebrew. There you go. You know what I'm saying? So you want to go to blueletterbible.com, right? And then what you do is when you go to Exodus, you understand, all you gotta do is we're gonna start at verse 14 actually. So you go to Exodus chapter 35, verse 14, and you just click tools to the side and you'll be able to see exactly what we are reading, right? And what we're reading is the Assyrian Hebrew, right? So the brother's going to start us off. All right? So whenever you're ready, right?
Shalom. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 14 in the Hebrew. Wa'ath, manarath, hama'ar, war. Wa'ath, kaliyah, wa'ath, narathia, wa'ath, shaman. Verse 15. Verse 15. Wa'ath, mazabak, hakwatazarath, hakwatarath, wa'ath, badiyawa, wa'ath, shaman, hamashaka, wa'ath, kwatarath, hasamayam, wa'ath, masaka, hapathak, lapathak, hamashakun, verse 16, ath, mazabak, ha'ila, wa'ath, makabar, hanakashath, ashar, lawa, ath, badiyawa, wa'ath, kal, kaliyawa, ath, hakayar, wa'ath, kanyawa. Verse 17, ath, kwala'ayah, hakatazar, ath, amadiyawa, wa'ath, adanya, wa'ath, masaka or masak, sha'ir, hakatazar, sha'ira, Khan one Khan, sha'ira, hakatazar. Verse 18, ath, yatadath, hamashakan, wa'ath, yathadath, hakatazar, wa'ath, maya tharaya hum. Verse 19, ath, bagadya, hasharad, lasharath, bakadash, ath, bagadya, hakwadash, la'aharan, hakahan, wa'ath, bagadia, banyawa, lakakwa. Oh, Salakia. Thawada. Lakahan. Verse 20. Wayataza awa, kal, idath, banya, yasha Allah, malapanya, masha. The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 14 in the English. The candlestick also for the light, and his furniture and his lamps with the oil for light. Verse 15, and the incense altar and his staves and the anointing oil and the sweet incense, and the hanging for the door at the entering of the tabernacle. Verse 16, the altar of burnt offering with his brazen gate, his staves, Salakia, and all his vessels, the laver or the laver and his foot. Verse 17, the hanging of the court, his pillars and their sockets, and the hanging of the door of the court. Verse 18, the pins of the tabernacle and the pins of the court and their cords. Verse 19, the cloths of service to do service in the holy place, the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons to minister in the priest's office. And all congregation, verse 20, and all the congregation of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses. Yeah, that was verse 20. On 21. The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 21 in the Hebrew. Wayaba'awa, Kal, Ayash, Ashar, Nasha'awa, Labawa, Wakal, Ashar, Nadabath, Rawa, Kawa, Athwa, Habaya, Awa, Ath, Thara, Wamath, Yahweh, Lama, La'akath, Akath, Ahol, Mawa'id, Walakal, Abadathawa, Wala Bagadia, Wala Bagadia, Salakia, Wala Bagadia, Hakadash. Verse 22. Wayabawa, Nashayum, Al, Hanashayum, Kal, Nadayab, Nadayab, that's right? Nadayab, Laba, or Laba, Habaya Awa, Kaka, Wanazum, Wataba'aith, Wakamaza, Waka was Maz, Kal, Kaliawa, Zahab, Lakal, Ayash, Ashar, Hanayap, Wanawapath, Zahab, La Yahweh. Verse 23, Salakia. Verse 23, Lakol, Ayash, Ashar, Namata Za'ah, Wa'athwa, Thakalath, Wa'ath, Ragaman, Wakawa La'aith, Shanya, Washasha, Wa'izayam, Wa'irath, Ayalum, Ma'adamya, Wa'adamyun, Wa'arath, Thakashium, Habanya Awa. Verse 24, Kal, Marayim, Tharawamath, Kasap, Wanakshath, Habia Awa Ath, Tharawamath, Yahweh, Wakol Ashar, Namataza'ah, Athwa, Itazayah, Shatiim, Lakol, Mala Akath, Ha'ibada, Habanyawa. Verse 25. Wakol, Asha, Makamath, Kakamath, Laba, Bayadaya, Tawawa, Waya Bayaawa, Matawa, Ath, Hafakalath, Wa'ath, Ha'ara Gambia, Salakia, Ha'aragaman, Ath, Thoa La'aith, Hashanya, Wa'ath, Hashasha. Verse 26. Wakol, Hanashiam, Ashar, Nasha'ah, Laban, Athana, Bakakama, Tawawa, Ath, Ha'izayim. Verse 27. Waha-nasha'im. Sha'am or Sha'im. Washa'am. Washa'ama or Washa'am. Na Sha'am. Washa na one Wahana Sha'am. Hakaya Awa Ath. Abanya. Hashaham Wa'ath. Abanya. Hamala'ayim. La'apawad. Walakashan. Verse 28. Okay, Most High in Christ. The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 21. And they came, in the English, Salakia, and they came, everyone whose heart stirred him up, and everyone whom his spirit made willing. And they brought the Lord's offering to the work of the tabernacle of the congregation, and for all his service, and for the holy garments. Verse 22, and they came, both men and women, as many as were willing-hearted, and brought bracelets and earrings and rings and tablets, all jewels of gold, and every man that offered an offering of gold unto the Lord. Verse 23, and every man with whom was found blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and red skins of rams and badger skins brought them. Verse 24, and everyone who did offer an offering of silver and brass brought the Lord's offering. And every man with whom we found shittim wood for any work of the service brought it. Verse 25, And all the women that were wise-hearted did spin with their hands, and brought that which they had spun, both of blue and of purple and of scarlet and of fine linen. Verse 26, and all the women whose heart stirred them up in wisdom spun goat's hair. Verse 27, and the rulers brought forth onyx stones and stones to be set for the ephod and for breastplates. The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 28 in the Hebrew. Wa'ath, Habasham, Wa'ath, Hashamun, Wama Awar, Wala Shaman, Hama Shaka, Wala Quatarath, Hasamayam. Verse 29, Kal, Ayash, Wa Asha, Ashar, Nadab, Labum, Atham, Lahabaya, Lahabaya Lakol, Hamala Aka, Asha, Tazawa, Yahweh, La Aishawath, Bayad, Masha, Habaya Awa, Banya, Yasha Allah, Nabada, Nadaba, Salakia, Nadaba, La Yahweh. Verse 29. Salakia. Kal, Ayash, Wayasha, Ashar, Nadab. No, I just read this. Salakia. Verse 30. Verse 30. Wayamar, Masha, Al, Banya, Yasha Allah, La'awa, Qura'ah, Yahweh, Basham, Batazala, Al, Batazala Al, Ban, Awaraya, Awaraya, Ban, Kawar, Lamata, Yahawada. Verse 31. Waya Mala'a Athwa Rawak Alehayam Bakakama Batha Bawana Waba Da'aith Wabakol Mala'aka. Verse 32. Walakashab Maka Shabath La'aishath Bazahab Wabakasap Wabana Kashath. What is that, 34? That was 32, right? This is 30, verse 33. Thwada Salaki out of word. Wabakashath, Wabakarashath, Wabakarashath, Abun, Lamala'ath, Wabakarashath, Aitazah, La'ishawath, Bakal, Mala'akath, Makashabath. Verse 34. Wala Hawa, Wala Hawa Rath. Nathan, Salakia, Bala Bawa, Hawa'a, Wa'a Halia Ab, or Halia Abba, Ban, Akaya, Samaka, Lamata, Done. That's the last one. Right? We start at 32. 28, Salaki. Oh, I didn't went all the way back. That's what. Okay. The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 28 in the English. And the spice and the oil for the light, and for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense. Verse 29. The children of Israel brought a willing offering unto the Lord, every man and woman, whose heart made them willing to bring for all manner of work, which the Lord had commanded to be made by the hand of Moses. Verse 30. And Moses said unto the children of Israel, see, the Lord hath called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, and the son of Hur of the tribe of Judah. And he hath filled him with the spirit of the Most High in wisdom, in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. Verse 32, and to devise curious work, to work in gold and silver and in brass. Verse 33, and in the cutting of stones to set them, and in carving of wood to make any manner of cunning work. Verse 34, and he hath put in his heart that he may teach both he and Aholiab, the son of Ahishamaach of the tribe of Dan. Was I incorrect?
Give you a break, right? So I'll pick up for the brother. So the book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 35. Mala'ah, Atham, Chakamath, Labah, La'ashawath, Kal, Mala'akath, Karash, Wakashab, Rabaquam, Balakalta, Batakala, Takalath, Waba Ara Gumwa, Wa Ba'ara Gamun, Batawala Ath, Hashanya, Wabashasha, Wabashash, Ra'arag, Aishaya, Kal, Mala'aka, Wakashabaya, Makasha Bath. We'll go to the next chapter. Book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 1. Wa'asha, Batazah, La'al, Batazah La'ala, Wa'ahala Ya'ab, Wakal, Ayash, Chacham, Laba, Ashar, Nathan, Yahweh, Kakama, Watabawa Na, Bahama, Lada'ath, La'ashath, Ath, Cal, Mala'akath, Ibadath, Hakwarash, Labala, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh. Verse 2. Wa ya Kwara, Masha, Al, Batazala, Bataza la Allah. Salaki, Bataza la Al. Wa'al. Ahalaya Ab. Wa'al. Cal. Ayash. Kakam. Laba. Ashar. Nathan. Yahweh. Kakama. Balaban. Balabawa. Cal. Ashar. Nasha'awa. Labawa. Lakwara Ba. Al. Hama alaka. La Aisha. Atha. Verse 3. Wayakwa Kawa. Malaganya. Masha. Ath. Cal. Hatarawa Ma. Ashar. Habaya Awa. Banya. Yasha Allah. Lamala Akath. Ibadath. Ha Quarash. La Aishath. Atha. Waham. Habaya Awa. Ala Yawa. Iwad. Nada Ba. Babaquar. Verse 4. Wayaba'awa. Salaki. Wayab Iwa. No, that's probably right. Wayaba'awa. Cal. Hakamayam. Haka Kamayam. Ha'ashayam. Ath. Cal. Mala'akath. Hakwarash. Ayash. Ayasha. Mama la Kathwa. Ashar. Hama. Aishayam. Verse 5. Waya Amarwa. Al. Masha, La'amor, Marabayam, Haim, Lahabayaa, Maraya, Ha'ai, Bada, Lama La Ka, Ashur, Tazawa, Yahweh, Laishath, Aitha. Verse 6. Wayatazawa, Masha, Wayai, Baya, Rawa, Kwawala, Kwawal, Bamakana, La'amor, Ayash, Wa'asha, Al, Ya'ai Shawa, Ya'aishawa, Iwad, Mala'aka, Ramath, Hakwadash, Wayakalia, Wayakala'a, Ha'ain, Mahabaya'a. That's it.
English. Okay, 36 and 6. No, 35. We go back to the end of 35, right?
35 and 35.
Okay, Most High correct. The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse. What was the last verse? I'm trying to go back to 35. Okay. All right. Okay, that's 36. How do we go back to 35?
Yeah, so you gotta go to the bottom
Okay.
and then go back to the last
Right.
chapter.
Okay, Most High correct. The what other one? Okay, got it. The book of Exodus, chapter 35, verse 35. In the English. Them hath he filled with wisdom of heart, to work all manner of work, of the engraver and of the cunning workman, and of the embroiderer in blue, and in purple, in scarlet, and in fine linen, and of the weaver, even of them that do any work, and of those that devise cunning. The book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 1. Then wrought Bezaleel and Aholiab, and every wise-hearted man in whom the Lord put wisdom and understanding, to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary, according to all that the Lord had commanded. Verse 2. And Moses called Bezaleel and Aholiab, and every wise-hearted man in whose heart the Lord had put wisdom, even every one whose heart stirred him up unto the work to do. Verse 3. And they received of Moses all the offerings which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary, to make it withal. And they brought yet unto him free offerings every morning. Verse 4. And all wise men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary came every man from his work which they made. Verse 5. And they spake unto Moses, saying, the people bring much more than enough for the service of the work. which the Lord commanded to make. Verse 6. This should be the last one. Right? And Moses gave commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, let neither man nor woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. So the people were restrained from bringing. The book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 7, in the Hebrew. Wahamala Aka Hayatha Dayam Lakol Hamala Aka La Aisha Wath Atha Waya Wathar. Verse 8. Come on up. Okay. Waya Ashawa Kal Kakam Laba Baishaya Hamala Aka Ath Hamashakan Aisha Aishor Yara Ya'aith Shasha Mashazar Watha Kalath Wa Aragaman Watha Wala Aith Shanya Kara Banya Bayam Karabayam Ma'aisha Kashab Aisha Atham. Keep going. Salakia. What was that, verse 9? What was verse 8? Car, another one, car. Verse 9. Arak Hayaraya I Ha'ath Ha'akath Shamana Wa Aisharayam Ba'ama Wa Rakab Arabai I Arabai Ba'ama Hayaraya I Ha'akath Madath Akath Lakol Hayaraya Aith. Verse 10. Waya Kabar Ath Kamash Hayaraya Aith Akath Al Akath Wakamash Yara Ya'aith Kabar Akath Al Akath. Verse 11. Waya Aish or Waya Aisha Lala Ath Thakalath Al Shapath Hayaraya Aith Akath Makatazah Bamak Kabarath Khan Aishath Bashapath Hayaraya Ai ha Quarya Tazawana. 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 Wana. Bama Kabarath. Hashanyath. Verse 12. Kamashiam, Lalaath, Aisha, Bayaraya Ai, Akath, Wakamashiam, Lalaath, Aisha, Bakorataza, Hayaraya Ai, Ashar, Bamakabarath, Hashanyath, Makwabaya Lath, Halalath, Ath, Akath, Al, Akath. Verse 13. And he, Salakia. I'm going to do I got to do the Hebrew. Most I'm correct. Verse 13. Waya Aish, or Waya Aisha, or Waya Aish. Waya Shah. Kamashiam. Kwarashaya. Zahab. Waya Kabar. Ath. Hayara Aith. Akath. Al. Akath. Bakwara. Barakiam. Bakwarashiam. Sayam. Wayahaya. Hama Shakun. Athad. Akkad. Salakia. Akkad. That's number one. Yeah. The book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 7 in the English. For the stuff they had sufficient for all the work, Salakia, for the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make it, and too much. Verse 8, and every wise-hearted man among them that wrought the work of the tabernacle made 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet, with the cherubims of cunning work made he them. Verse 9, the length of one curtain was 28 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits, and the curtains were all of one size. Verse 10, and he coupled the 5 curtains, one unto another, and the other 5 curtains he coupled one unto another. Verse 11, and he made loops of blue on the edge of one curtain from the selvage in the coupling. Likewise, he made in the uppermost side of another curtain in the coupling of the second. I have no idea. Yeah. Verse 12. 50 loops made he in one curtain, and 50 loops made he in the edge of the curtain, which was in the coupling of the second. The loop held one curtain to another.
This is obviously, it seems as if it's talking about how they're, designing and constructing this, the tabernacle to look, basically.
Yeah.
They're going, like it's breaking it down to like the finest details of what they put together to make it look like you'll look at a building, but you don't know what actually, encompasses that stone or building that you're looking at, how exactly they put together. That's what it sounds like it's doing.
Yeah, because if I may, previously he said he gave all of these men the knowledge of these skills in order for them to do all of these things. And they had abundance of materials. to do it. They had all the materials they had and more to do it. Most High in Christ. And what we got? 12, right? Yeah. Verse 13. And he made 50 taches of gold and coupled the curtains one unto another with the taches. So it became one tabernacle. Verse 14. And he made curtains of goat hair for the tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains he made them. Verse 15. Go to the Hebrew. With 14? Most High in Christ. The book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 14 in the Hebrew. Wayasha yara ya'aith aziyum la ahol al hama shakun ashathia ashara yara ya'aith aisha athum. Verse 15. Arak haya ya'aith ha'akath shalashim ba'ama wa'arabai wa'arabai awath wa'mamawath amawath salakia rakab hayaraya ai ha'akath madah akath la'aishathia aishara yara ya'aith. Verse 16. Come on. Verse 16. Waya kabar ath kamash haya raya aith labad wa'ath shasha haya raya aith labad. Verse 17. Waya aisha lala'ath kamashim al shapath hayaraya aith hakwaya tazana bamakabarath kabarath wakamashim lala'ath aisha al shapath hayaraya ai hakabarath hashanayath. Verse 18. Waya asha korasaya nakashath kamashim lakabar ath ha'akol salakia ha'ahol lahayath akad. Verse 19. Waya aisha makasa la ahol irath alayam ma'adamyam Wamakasa, Irath, Thakashium, Salakia, Thakashium, Malama Ailah. Verse 20. And he, Salakia, Waya Aisha Ath, Hakarashium, La Ashakan, La Mashakan, Aitazaya, Shatayam, Amadia. The book of Exodus, chapter 36, verse 14 in the English. And he made curtains of goat's hair for the tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains he made them. Verse 15. And the length of one curtain was 30 cubits, and 4 cubits was the breadth of one curtain. And the 11 curtains were of one size. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves and 6 curtains by themselves. And verse 17. And he made 50 loops upon the uttermost edge of the curtain and the coupling, and 50 loops made he upon the edge of the curtain which coupled the second. Verse 18. And he made 50 taches of brass to couple the tent together, that it might be one. Verse 19. And he made a covering for the tent of ram skin dyed red, and a covering of badger skin above that. And he made, verse 20, and he made boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood standing up.
You understand? That concludes, you understand, the verses we'll be reading today, right? So next week we'll pick up in Exodus chapter 36 and verse 21, right? You know what I'm saying? Exodus chapter 36 and verse 21. You understand? So with that, up here, Amadium. Right. What we do, right? Men of Israel, gird thyselves, prepare to salute the Torah.
Yahweh Shim Yahushua Brakiyah.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakiyah.
All right, so about to get in these prayers, right? So Wapan Yah Kwadam. This means rise and face the east.
The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwaka. Dabe'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Lathandanawa. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Washalakanawa. Kabawatanawa. Kasalakanawa. Kabawatanawa. Wala'a. Tabaya'anawa. Banasayawan. Abba. Hawashanawa. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwat. Waha'ala. Wahatapara. La awalayam. Amen.
In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
Hakat and the power. Yahweh. Bahashem. Yahweh. Babakashah. Latananawa. Hakat. Hakat. Larapa'a. Kal Makala. Kal Makala. Wakal Madawa. Hakat. Latahar. Ha. Matazarium. Haka. Lahakium. Hamatayim. Hamatium. Hakat. Arakawath. Hatamaala. Lagarashan. Bahashim Yawasha. Tawada Aman.
In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you. So be it.
The blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shah. Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Matata Biyah. Alawap Yahana. Ha Alawapyam. Ha Saroyim. Ha Kortazoyim. Ha Ka Ya. Ha Kaya Olium. Waha Akwatim. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh. Tawada Aman.
In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, Commander General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha. Ayanya. Al-Haharim. Ma'ayan. Yaba. Yaba'a. Azariah. Ma'aim. Yahweh. Aisha. Shemayim. Wa'aratazah. Al-Yathan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'a. Yanawam. Wala'a. Yayashan. Shamawar. Yasharala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazaka. Al-Yad. Yamyawam. Yamyaka. Yawawam. Hashamash. La'a. Yakaka. Wawarak. Wayarak. Balalaya. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makara. Yashamar. Atnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Yashamar. Taza Ayataka. Tazaika.
Father Ika.
Waba Waika.
Waba Ika.
Mayata.
Thun.
Wa'ad Awalam.
Wa'alum.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills,
unto the hills,
from whence cometh my help.
from which cometh my help.
My help coming from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and the earth.
He will not suffer thy foot
He will not suffer thy foot
to be moved.
to be moved.
He that keepeth
He
thee
that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forward,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim.
Allahayim.
Al Damaya Laka.
Al Damayalaka.
Al Dakasharash.
Al Kakarash.
Wa'al. Wa'al Dashakwat.
Al Tashakwat.
Al
Al
Kaya Hana.
Kayahana.
Awa Wamyaka.
Ayawumuka.
Awabyaka.
Awabyaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Awan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Amakai. Salakia. Al Amyaka.
Al Amika.
Yarai. Salakia. Ya'ai. Ya'ai Waryamwa.
Yaira Yumba.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayatha.
Ya'atazwa.
Ya'itazawa.
Al Tazapam Wayaka.
Al Tapapanyaka.
Amorwa.
Amorawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakiram.
Wanakakiram.
Wagamya.
Wagumya.
Wala'a.
Wa'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakor.
Sham.
Sham.
Yashala.
Yash'ala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawai Taz Salakia. Nawai
Nawa'ai.
Tazayawa.
Tazayawa.
Lap Salakia. Nawai Tazawa.
Nawa'ai Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Lakadwa.
Lakadwa.
Al Yaka.
Alika.
Salakia. Al Yaka.
Alika.
Baryath.
Barya.
Yakar Ratawa. Yakat Salakia. Yakatawa. Yakatrathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahalia.
Aholia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa Salakia. Washam Waya Shamai.
Wayashamai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawabya. Mawabya.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagariam.
Wa'agorium.
Gaal.
Gabal.
Wa'amun.
Wa'ainim.
Salakia. Wa'amuan.
Wa'aman.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'alak.
Palashath.
Palashah.
I'm Yashabya.
I'm Yashabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Aishamor.
Gamashawar.
Nalawa. Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Amam.
Amam.
Hayawa.
Ayowa.
Zaraiwa. Zarawai.
Zorawai.
Labanya. Labanya.
Labunya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Labunya Lawat.
Labunya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Asha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamajim.
Kamajim.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Kayab. Salaki. Kayabunwan. Kayabyan.
Kayabian.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Kawash.
Kawash.
What? Kwayash.
Wayash.
One. Nasham. Salakia. Nashamadwood.
Nashamadwa.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Da'ara.
Da'ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'a Adama.
La'adama.
Shaya Damwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nada.
Nadal.
Yamawa.
Yamawa.
Karab.
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 Ka'arab.
Ka'arab.
Wakaza'aba. Wakazaba.
Kazabah.
Wakazabat.
Kazabah.
Wakazazal. Manai.
Manai.
Manai. Cow.
Cow.
Nasaya Kamwa.
Nasaya Kamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Ashamarwa.
Ashimarwa.
Ashamarwa.
Amora.
Amorwa.
Amorwa.
Naya Rasha.
Narisha.
Ladanwa.
Nanwa.
Ata.
Ata.
Ath. Na'atwath. Alahayim.
Allahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagalka.
Gagolka.
Kakwash.
Kagwash.
Lapanya Rakawa. Lapanya Rawaka.
Rawakaf.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Dabya Abri Ya'ira.
Iria.
Wakala Haba.
Wakalabah.
Dalahat.
Dalahat.
Habayum.
Ariyam.
Khan.
Khan.
Dawadatma.
Aradapma.
Bas Sarika. Basairika.
Basa Irika.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapatamka.
Wabatamka.
Salakia. Wapadaka.
Wabataka.
Wabadapka. Wapapka.
Wabaka.
Thabahalam. Salakia. Thabahalam.
Tabahalum.
Mala.
Mala.
Mala'ai.
Mala'ai.
Panaham.
Panyahum.
Kwalawan.
Walawan.
Waya.
Waya.
Bakwash.
Bakwash.
Salakia. Bakwashwa.
Bakashwa.
Simka.
Shimka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Ba'awa.
Ba'olwa.
Ija'ai.
Ajai.
Salakia. Ija'ai.
Ajai.
Waya.
Waya.
Kaparwa.
Kaparwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Abadwa.
Abadwa.
Waya.
Waya.
Daidwa. Dayawa.
Dayawa.
Kaya Ata.
Kayata.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Aliyawan.
Ayawan.
Al Kahar. Al Kahar Arataza.
Akaharataza.
Keep not thy silence,
Not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still.
Be not still.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies
enemies
make a tumult,
make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
lift up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel
Taking crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against
Consulted
thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarine, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes, as Abba and as Almuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stumble before the wind, and as a fire burned the wood, and as a flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth.
Sir? Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amadi, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Shabbat.
Yadam Matar, class dismissed.
All right, Israel, set the water for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pick it up, same where we left off last time. You understand with that? Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, all the brothers. Yahweh Shem all the Thah, Shem Yahweh Shah, all the sisters.